Get up, now. The man in the suit didn't slow down. He just pointed. You're sitting on a public bench in front of my building. You're making this place look bad. Security. A guard appeared within seconds. Sir, you need to move along. The old man on the bench didn't argue. He folded the newspaper on his lap slowly, picked up a worn canvas bag, and stood. His movements were careful, the kind that come from old pain in the knees. Of course, he said quietly. I'm sorry for the trouble. A woman nearby laughed softly. These people act like the whole city belongs to them. The suited man fixed his cuffs, satisfied, and walked into the building. The old man shuffled away. His name was Walter Hess, 74 years old. He wore the same coat he'd worn for 11 years. His shoes had been resoled twice. He ate once a day, sometimes twice if he remembered. He had given away everything else. Not always, not at first. There was a time Walter Hess had an office on the 14th floor, a car, a wife who laughed loudly at dinner parties, 2 sons who called on Sundays. Then the accident took her, and grief took the rest, piece by piece, quietly, the way grief does when no one is watching. He sold the company, gave most of it away, kept enough to live simply. He didn't do it for recognition. He did it because after she died, the only thing that made him feel anything was watching someone else's life get a little easier. The bench he was sitting on had a small bronze plaque on the back, donated in memory of Ruth Hess. May strangers find rest here, W.H. The suited man had walked past that plaque every morning for 3 years. He had never once read it. The next morning, a journalist published a piece, not about Walter. He hadn't spoken to any journalist. A woman who had been sitting nearby had taken a photo. The guard, the suited man, the finger pointing, Walter's slow, quiet rise from the bench. She had posted it with one sentence. He donated this bench. They threw him off it. By noon, it had been seen by 40,000 people. By evening, 200,000. The suited man's name was in the comments, his company's name, his building's name. He sat in his office on the 14th floor and watched the number climb. His assistant knocked. Sir, there's someone at the front desk asking for you. Tell them to make an appointment. He says his name is Walter Hess. A long silence. Send him up. Walter came in and sat down across from him. Same coat, same worn shoes, same quiet in his face. The suited man, his name was Richard, didn't know how to start, so he said the wrong thing first. I didn't know who you were. Walter looked at him for a moment. I know, he said simply. I want to apologize. Richard, Walter's voice was calm. That's not why I came. He reached into his canvas bag and placed a folder on the desk. Your building has 43 units. 11 of them have been empty for over a year. I've been looking for a partner for a housing project. Transitional homes for people getting back on their feet. Richard stared at the folder. You came here to offer me a deal? I came here, Walter said, because I believe people can be better than their worst moment. He stood, picked up his bag. Read it when you're ready. No rush. He walked to the door, paused. The bench was my wife's idea, by the way. She always said rest should be free. Then he left. Richard sat alone in his office for a long time. Then he picked up the folder and started reading. 6 months later, 11 units were full, and every morning when Richard walked past the bench, he stopped and read the plaque. Some people wear their wealth on their back. Others carry it in what they leave behind. If this story made you think of someone, send it to them.